All right, the meeting will come back to order. We'll continue with our agenda. We're on item number 5, Deborah McWilliams, County Treasurer, presentation approval of cash statement.
In our general checking account, we have $1,643,096.07. In our tax pool investments, we have $10,629,129.34. For total funds of $12,272,225.41.
I move we accept the cash statement. I second.
I have a motion by Commissioner Kirkendall and a second by Commissioner Roberts to accept the cash statement. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Item number 5, Deborah McWilliams, presentation of, Item number 6, Deborah McWilliams, presentation approval of registered claims to be canceled by the court.
So moved. Second.
I have a motion by Commissioner Cooper and a second by Commissioner Kirkendall. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Item number 7, Deborah McWilliams, permission to issue employees' payroll checks on the Wednesdays before Thanksgiving and Christmas.
So moved.
Second. I have a motion by Commissioner Kirkendall and a second by Commissioner Roberts. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
Thank you. That allows me to put a payroll schedule out. A lot of people like the payroll schedule, and until you gave me permission to pay early on those two. That's why.
Thank you. Item number 8, Deborah McWilliams, permission to solicit bids for depository contract.
About 2 weeks ago, I met with John Morrell, who's the commercial banking vice president of BBVA Compass, who is our depository contract. We're under contract with that contract's gonna expire on April 23rd. When meeting with, we did have the option to renew that contract for 2 more years. Mr. Morrell, under the current contract, we pay no charges for anything. And he didn't feel like they could continue services free of charge. So in that instance, if there'll be an increase, we do have to go out for bids. So we'll start the bid process.
And so you'll be going out for bids here in the next week?
I'll try to get the packets ready. I would like to have them ready by the end of February. We'll give them 2 weeks to inquire on it. And then when we get everything back in, then maybe we can form a committee to study our proposals.
And that'll give us plenty of time to make a decision before the 23rd of April?
Yes, sir.
I
Okay.
think something that the court needs to consider as well, whenever we go out for these bids, and I've sat down and talked to Ms. McWilliams about this. Say we get a low bid, of course we'd have to get with Jackie, but we get a low bid from a bank out of Beaumont, not a local bank. That means she's got, or one of her persons has got to go to Beaumont, drive to Beaumont every day and make that deposit, which security reasons plus having to pay, for mileage. So I think the court needs to think about that when it comes time for the low bid.
I agree.
I
think
don't know if
that
there's
would
any
be
way
taken into
around.
consideration. Yeah.
The court has the option to not take the low bid with reasons, and those would be sufficient reasons.
Yes, sir.
Right.
I would love to stay with a local bank. I don't know if that's gonna be possible, but
You might, if any of you know anybody, to express that we are going out for bids, because our problem is, last year we only had 2 bidders. And once I start the bid process, I can't speak to any banks about it at all. So if y'all, in your personal business, know of somebody that might be interested in putting a bid in, certainly let them know that, this is only something that happens once every 4 years. So they don't always see it in the paper.
Second.
I have a motion by Commissioner Pelt and a second by Commissioner Roberts to give permission to Deborah McWilliams to solicit bids for depository contract. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
Judge,
Yes, sir.
before you go to item number 9, could I make a suggestion to move number 12 up after number 9? And I'd like to recuse myself from either any discussion or vote on those 2 items.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
So we'll move on to item number 9, Deborah McWilliams, approval to increase hourly rate for both clerks in her office by 2 steps.
Both of the positions in our office, Joyce and Erica, are 11 zeros, a beginning clerk, and they make $12.90 an hour. At this time, I do not wish to choose a first assistant. I feel like that's a big decision, and that the time that I'm ready to do that will be several months down the road. These ladies are both doing a lot of work and really are hard workers. If the court's pleasure to move them up 2 steps, it would only be $13.63 an hour. That's an increase of 73 cents per each. I would still be within my budgeted salary. There would be no additional funds required. Even if 6 months down the road, I started one at a first assistance position, I still would not have, exceed my budget, so.
You have the money in your budget, I move we approve it.
Second.
Have a motion by Commissioner Pelt and a second by Commissioner Roberts to approve the increase. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Let the record show that the vote is 4-0 with Commissioner Cooper excusing himself from this item.
Thank you.
And we'll move on to item number 12. Constable L.W. Red Cooper, approval of appointment of Derek Fontenot as a deputy constable. Commissioner, Constable Cooper is not here, but I believe we all got a letter where he's
Yeah.
requesting the appointment of a deputy constable.
And he is certified.
Yes, sir, he's a certified peace officer.
I make a motion to accept this, if there's no.
Okay, have a motion by Commissioner Roberts and a second by Commissioner Kirkendall. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And that vote is also 4-0 with Commissioner Cooper recusing himself. Next item will be item number 10, Angela Gore, County Auditor, payment of county bills.
The pre-approved expenditures for January the 27th through January the 30th, 2015 were $97,455.52. The pre-approved expenditures for February the 3rd, 2015 were $57,605.59. The pre-approved expenditures for February the 4th through the 5th, 2015 were $225,327.82. And today, February the 9th, 2015, the expenditure for Commissioners Court are $234,988.66. For the total expenditures are $615,377.59. Gross payroll for February the 5th, 2015 was $401,123.95. FICA was $29,504.51. Retirement was $57,137.35. The total transfer for February the 5th, 2015 payroll was $487,765.81.
Move we pay the bill.
Second.
Have a motion by Commissioner Pelt and a second by Commissioner Kirkendall. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Item number 11, Linda Davis with the Hardin County Indigent Healthcare. Authorization for county judge to sign fiscal year 2015 interlocal cooperative act contract with University of Texas Medical Branch at Galveston.
Yes, sir. Good morning
morning.
to all of you, and I'm moved to tears with everything. Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you, and in God we trust. This is the University of Texas Medical Branch Hospital in Galveston. Not only the hospital, but also the physicians and specialty care. This is in the event that we do not have a local specialist that will accept an indigent healthcare client. More and more, we're seeing more doctors not being able or not accepting Medicaid. And because we, under state guidelines, pay Medicaid rates, we're definitely not Medicaid, but we pay Medicaid rates. Sometimes we don't have a specialist that will accept indigent health care. In that event, if we need to send them to UTMB, we can with this contract. Now, in the contract, if you had looked at that, it talks about the cancer care and the cardio care. And in that contract, it can be very large amounts. The cancer care can be open-ended and could go beyond, way beyond what we're allowed to spend per client for the yearly limit. So luckily we have MD Anderson in Houston. We do have Baptist Cancer Center in Beaumont that accepts our people. But also, and by our people, I mean the Hardin County residents that are indigent healthcare eligible. But if they cannot give them the level of care they need, then they can go to MD Anderson. UTMB offers cancer care, of course, oncology services. But MD Anderson is willing to accept what the state sets as the yearly limit for each client and then picks it up under another federal grant.
So, if you don't mind me
I
interrupting.
don't mind at all.
Going back to something you said along with what you just said. I understand the amount of money that the county is required to budget each year for indigent care. So there are state requirements that say you can only spend so much on one individual, is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
But with UTMB, it's different because they are a state hospital and they can set
So
a
after we spend
contract.
ours, then they'll take up, the UTMB will, as far as treatment. They won't miss a treatment or their treatments.
I'm sorry, I'm not
If
understanding.
we run out of money for this particular person, UTMB is gonna take up where we left off as far as,
But they'll expect to get paid.
Yeah, I think he's talking about MD Anderson.
Yeah, are you talking about MD Anderson?
MD Anderson.
I'm
Yes.
sorry, yes, MD Anderson, they are willing to accept what is the yearly limit, and I'll just say it, it's 30,000 per client per year, that's payments, understand we're paying Medicaid rates, so you can get a lot of services for 30,000. But yes, MD Anderson is willing to accept our client, they have full understanding that it's 30,000 is all they're gonna get. But they have another grant that's called SFA, State Federal Assistance Grant, that comes in and picks up where we leave off. So that's for the cancer care.
Thank you.
Right now, the only one that we have, we only have 2 clients at this time going to UTMB in Galveston, and that is because we cannot get a local ENT, ear, nose, throat specialist, okay? And then in rare instances, if you have someone that presents at a local hospital and they feel like they can't give them the level of care, then if they transport them to UTMB, then we do what we're required to do.
But now, is all of this under our 8% state mandate?
Yes.
We're not mandated to go above 8%. If we reach 8% of our local tax collection, which is a large sum of money,
It is.
then that's all the counties. Now, we
That's
have
it.
an option to go above that with some type of matching with the state if it's available,
Yes.
but we're not obligated to.
No, sir.
Yeah, I
And
think so.
UTMB fully understands that also,
Yeah, correct.
regardless of what
Yeah.
their oncology or invasive cardiology would run into.
And are there any, major changes from the last UTMB contract?
There's actually, they went down in a little bit, in one of their charges, some of their charges for professional services, for the medical professional services, they went down a percentage, some percentages there. And then, but their inpatient and outpatient, remain the same, okay? But their professional care, that's the physicians that see, actually, for some reason or another, it dropped from 156% to 120% of the Texas Medicaid rate. And it's a calculation that we figure that's in our data. So that was a good thing. And also that future contracts, I think, will only consist of 2 pages rather than 27.
Excellent.
So that's nice also. But Rebecca Walton, our county attorney, did go over this, and her and I discussed some pages on there, issues on it, and she was comfortable with it also.
And how many years have we been with UTMB?
We have been with UTMB for 27 years, ever since, I've been here 27 and a half years, and we were with them when I came on
It's
board.
been a very beneficial service to the people.
Yes,
of
sir.
Hardin
And like I
County.
said, really, it's not very often that we even have to have anyone go there, but in the event that we do, they are there. Yeah, they're there for us.
I move we authorize county judge to sign fiscal year 2015 interlocal cooperative act contract with University of Texas Medical Branch at Galveston. Second.
Have a
Thank you.
motion by Commissioner Kirkendall and a second by Commissioner Roberts. Any other discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Thank you, Linda.
Thank you.
Item number 13, David Sheffield, District Attorney, request authorization to enter into agreement for hiring of expert witnesses, or an expert witness, and for payment of $1,500 retainer fee for State of Texas versus Crystal Boyette case. Good morning, sir.
Commissioners, thank you very much. We have this case coming up for trial in April. There's certain issues involved with it, and certain technology that's associated with proving up the case. Part of it has to deal with a black box recorder, same type of recorder that you hear about in the airlines. And airline crashes are now those devices are installed in a lot of vehicles and cars. That being the case, it's critical for us to be able to prove our case, the accuracy and reliability, and also to be able to explain the technology that's associated with it, so that the results of that would be admissible in court. We went to the Department of Public Safety, and I tried to find somebody, hopefully within DPS, that could testify, and we wouldn't have to have the expenses of an expert, but although they are trained in the dumping and the producing of that information, they're not versed in being able to explain its accuracy, reliability, and exactly how the data is formulated, which is going to be critical for its admissibility in court. Therefore, we went to the manufacturer of these devices and found an expert that has testified in numerous jurisdictions, including numerous places in the state of Texas, both in criminal and civil proceedings. I visited with him, and he produced his normal retainer contract. We spoke about the things that he could testify and produce for us. I don't believe he's going to be the only expert that we'll have associated with this case. We'll have experts with other various areas, but that will be related and employed by the state of Texas. We won't have the fees and expenses associated with them. However, I believe this is my sole source and sole ability to get this crucial information in a presentable and admissible form in court.
Do you
This
foresee-
amount, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Do you foresee the defense asking for their own expert witness in this?
I have no idea what the defense is going to do. We don't have any access to any knowledge about their case. We have filed a motion which gives us notice of whatever experts they intend to produce. However, under the law, they don't have to give that to us until 30 days before trial.
Okay.
So I'm blind as to what their case is and what they're gonna be doing.
David, is the defendant in this case indigent?
No, sir.
Okay, so that's not something to be covered under indigent fund if that was needed. And I assume that you do not have the money in your budget for this, so we need to do a budget amendment to give you an additional $1,500. I would move that we do it and we take it out of the contingency fund.
Ken, would this fall under the capital cases that we've got
Is this
budgeted
a
already?
capital case?
This is the capital case, sir.
Oh, it's not a capital, okay.
The question I had for you was, this is a retainer fee. Do we have any idea if that's gonna cover all the expenses, or is there gonna be additional expenses for this
I'm sure
witness?
that there are going to be additional expenses. To what extent, I don't know at this point. Where I can use other experts employed by the state to cover other areas, we certainly will. Let's try to minimize the expense that we'll have with this one. But unfortunately, this is my sole source to get this information in this form correct.
Right now, you're requesting the 1,500, and later on, when you become aware of additional expenses, you'll come back and let us know what those are.
That's correct, Judge.
Okay, yes, sir.
David, what, once you put him on retainer, does he have an opt-out clause, or will he be on the hook to have to come and testify?
Well, there's always an opt-out clause in anything. However, I don't think this man's gonna want to tarnish his reputation as an expert in dealing with the prosecutors and others, and just opt him out for no reason at all.
Okay.
Okay.
I second the motion.
Have a motion by Commissioner Pelt and a second by Commissioner Cooper. Any other discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Item number 15 is Toy Ackridge with the Health Department. Permission to publish notice of intent to file application with USDA Rural Development for financial assistance for construction of new courthouse health services annex and storage building. Good morning, Toy.
Good morning, Judge. Good morning, Commissioners.
Morning.
Morning.
We, as you all are aware, we are going to file an application with USDA Rural Development for financial assistance, hopefully all of it, for $995 million. It will house the Hardin County Annex employees and our health services, and obviously storage as well. In order to file for this grant, we have to put a notice of intent in the paper, and that's what I'm here for today, is to approve the 23rd of February at 9:45 for also the public hearing. And then we can move forward with the paperwork after that.
I would like to just add a little bit to what Toy said for the benefit mainly of the public and also some members of the Commissioners Court. We're pursuing this because of the fact that mold was found in the old annex, and we have had to move people out. And because of the age of that building and the square footage, 43,000, which we only used about 10,000 of it, it's not practical to go in. We've gotten remediation costs and all, and it's close to $2 million, and the building's not designed for what we're using it for all the different departments. Toy got in touch with I believe the USDA,
Yes,
and
sir.
they sent some ladies down, and they met with Commissioner Cooper and myself here, last week,
Yes, sir.
and they went through the possibilities. These are rural grants for rural type communities, and of course, everything with the USDA and the federal government is structured to low to mod. We'd have to meet some things there, and we're applying for this $1,995,000, which would certainly cover construction costs of all of it. But as we get down into the application, it's unlikely we would get that much money. We're hoping to get a combination of grants, low or no cost loans, and then some contribution from the county to put this all together, rather than the county having to fund all this itself. And there's no certainty that we'll get it, but it is a possibility, and I commend Toy for pursuing it.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much, Toy.
Thank you.
I move we grant permission to publish this notice.
Second.
I have a motion by Commissioner Cooper and a second by Commissioner Kirkendall. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Item number 16, Toy Ackridge, permission to set public hearing for citizens to be provided with information on USDA Rural Development Financial Assistance for construction of new courthouse health services, annex and storage building, and you want to set that on February the 23rd at 9:45 a.m.?
Yes, sir, if it
Okay.
appeases the
Make
court.
a motion to accept that.
At 9:45,
Yes, sir.
and that's a regular court date?
Yes, sir, right before the regular meeting.
Second.
I have a motion by Commissioner Roberts and a second by Commissioner Kirkendall. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Thank you, Toy.
Thank you.
Item number 17, Commissioner Kirkendall, permission to sell a 1990 dump truck, VIN number ending in 1238, and a 1988 tractor, serial number ending in 8959, with Renee Bates Online Auction.
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion by Commissioner Pelt and a second by Commissioner Roberts. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Item number 18, Commissioner Kirkendall, permission to solicit sealed bids for sale of salvaged metal, tin, and culverts.
So moved.
Second.
A motion by Commissioner Cooper and a second by Commissioner Pelt. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Before we adjourn, I just want to make an announcement real quick to our auditor and also our treasurer and our purchasing department. They have been working very hard lately on a conversion program from our old financial system to the new financial system. It's required a lot of hours, and they've all been up here after hours. I've seen them when I come and go. If I leave late, they're here. They're working on weekends, and they're doing what they have to do to make that work. I know it's not easy, and I just want to commend y'all and thank you for all the hard work you've been putting in to get that, make that happen and make it work.
Thank you very
Thank you
much.
very much.
Thank you.
If there's nothing else,
I move we adjourn.
Second.
we stand adjourned.
Okay. Why ain't you handle that?
We'll notice.
No, you don't.
Thank you, man. Thank you.